We're here in, it was sunny, Lincolnshire, in sort of like the arse bit of England. You know, like if you look at England as like a little bit of a bum, around about there somewhere. And we're here with Sweeps.
Hi. Hi.
And his yellow banana Corolla thing. How many years has this car owned you?
This car has owned me since 2006, believe it or not.
That's a long time.
Yes, I've never had a car as long, and well, I never will, because I'll probably be dead.
Well, that's a positive note. So look, it's quite obviously, it's a Corolla, okay? It looks like a UK spec.
It is UK spec, yes. It is a UK car that I bought in 2006 for some monies.
You're not going to admit how much? Because it's shocking these days. A mate of mine had 2 shells that he bought for 500 quid each.
Yeah, well, it was absolutely, when I bought it, it'd been sat under a tarp for 3 years. The guy that I bought it off had a heart attack, and his plan was to do it up for his son, who was, I don't know, 13 at the time. And then his condition got worse, and it sat on the drive, and when I uncovered it, it was rotten to the point where there was no scuttle panel.
No scuttle panel?
Well, the corners had gone because the water had run down, and it was absolutely shot. The engine had not started for, I don't know, 3 years. I couldn't get it running on the drive. I had to winch it onto the trailer. So yeah, I paid £1,000 for it back in 2006. But back then, that's all they were worth. But that's all it was worth, because it was FUBARD.
In 2006, that's still probably quite a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot of money back then. You know, you could pick up an S-body for £1,000 back then, easy. That was ready for the track. But then I had to reshell it, because when I had it sandblasted, when I turned it on its side, it looked like...
Hang on. Reshelling. This sounds very similar to the way I refer to the 300, as if it's the same car.
But this... Yeah, so basically, all right, it was rotten. So I ended up buying, this shell was actually Kenny Lamb's Panda that ended up in a flood. So this shell was actually underwater for a number of days, the one that Kenny Lamb had from Driftworks. And I bought that shell off him with wings and a few panels.
What year?
The shell, 87.
No. What year did you buy that?
The year after, I think, 07, 08.
Okay.
Because I'd spent like 9 months trying to fix...
Giving up?
Yeah, giving up, basically. Spent like God knows how many hours in my garage thinking, and then when I got it back from the sandblaster, I thought, well, that was a waste of...
You've blasted the car away.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done.
You telling me that the shell that you got, the second shell that you got, how much of the second shell came with things like wings, lights, bonnets and what have you?
Well, the wings that came with that shell are still in my garage roof, because Kenny had chopped them so much to put arches on that they were of no use to me whatsoever. So these are the original wings off the original shell.
Right, okay. They were salvageable, were they?
Yeah, it was literally just the shell was rotten.
Right.
The panels were fine, but that's a fibre bonnet. The wings are the original off the car, the bumpers are the originals, the doors are the originals. Everything else basically is different. I noticed you've got plastic windows, which I made in the rear quarters from double glazing plastic. Yeah. Because
right. Okay. Oh, that's nice. I like that.
It was. Yeah. You couldn't buy them at the time when I built this.
No.
No one did them, or if they did, they were like £20,000.
£1 million
because it's a Corolla.
The thing with this particular Corolla, I'm aware. I mean, the first time I saw this on track was probably the last time I did competitive drifting, which would be.
Is that the first time you saw it on track?
2017.
Get out
17,
of
18, maybe. No, 2017.
At Teesside.
Yeah.
And you'd never seen that?
I'd never seen it on track. I know. Yeah. But I didn't realise that under the bonnet lies
an engine.
I'm gonna open your bonnet. Oof.
The engine. I actually.
Is there a stay? Is there a stay?
Yeah.
Let's do a stay.
I bought this engine and turbo setup from Jay Walker of Driftworks fame.
Oh yeah.
Who's still doing Phil stuff and what have you. So I bought this engine with the turbo setup from Jay Walker from Driftworks. And literally...
Well, talk us through, because it's not very often you see a 4AG with a blower attached to it.
Because it's not a 4AG, it's a 4GZE. which is...
I noticed it says the word supercharger
Yes.
on the cam cover,
Yes.
which means it's serious and also a fucking liar.
Yes, it's also the Ford. I mean, am I geeking out here or am I geeking out here?
I mean, go for it.
I'm going to geek out here. Right, the Ford GZE came in the MR2 supercharged MR2s.
It's an MR2.
They also came in a front-wheel drive Levin.
Right.
The later ones, the ones.
Oh, the
never,
E111.
I don't know. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The 11. So it had lower compression ratio, but
Right.
the GZE has a stronger block because it's got more ribs on the block. It also has oil squirters under the pistons for cooling.
That's what she said.
It also has bigger gudgeon pins.
Yep.
It also has a bigger journals on the crank.
Nice.
And they're basically a damn sight bigger and designed.
It was ready to do things like this.
And it was basically ready to drop a supercharger straight onto a supercharged engine because the compression ratio is correct.
Yep.
It's got H-case cams in it. It's got pulleys on it. That's a bespoke manifold because the exhaust manifold was horrendous, the downpipe, and I couldn't get a decent curve, so I've changed the manifold. It's running a Fidanza light wheel flywheel. It's on a W58 gearbox out of a Mark III Supra.
Really?
It's on a, who did the clutch? CG clutch up north did the
Oh,
clutch, because obviously it's a spliner from a W58 Supra with a 212 clutch plate. Because a standard.
Well, it's
Corolla's
nothing. It's
smaller.
nothing that would want to be fitting together in
No.
the right vehicle.
No. Back axle's a Mitsubishi Pajero. It's a modception back axle. They come with a LSD as standard, and it's running that axle basically because I can't break it because I went through three crown wheel and pinions on a standard diff in a year. Pretty simply because they're made of toffee, and when you're running 210 brake horsepower.
I was going to say, so obviously the standard for a G is around the 124, 5 mark.
114 out of.
Is it?
Out of factory? Yeah.
Oh, I always thought they were about 126. Well, anyway, okay. So
the design for
so this is 210.
Yeah, well, it was when I had it mapped at Greg's. Pro tuner. Plug.
Well, this is the thing. Like I've never seen a 4AG. I'm going to keep calling it the wrong name engine. I've never seen one with a blower that is worked or that has worked as consistently as yours has worked. I mean, like I said, it's 2017 the last time I saw this out. It's been knocking around. You're daily driving this?
No.
You're driving it here.
I drove it here this
You
morning.
drove it
And
here.
I'm driving it home. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's.
Yeah, but I built it to drive it, not polish it. This is the thing. I
know. I can tell.
I do.
It's like we painted this.
Yeah, but then you've seen how hard I drive it.
I know.
I don't give a monkeys. It's I've had to replace the indicators from early indicators to late indicators because I hit Paddy at Teesside when he spun in front of me and he saw and I cried a little. But then Paddy been a.
Oh, how much are these indicators? How much are these indicators? They're probably about 20 quid.
You can't find. You can't.
No, we know. They're £1,000 each now. It's 2023. Shit is wild. You know, you can't. Anything that's remotely 86y is just.
Add a note.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been a labour of love as well. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's the back axle's mounted on Jap Speed adjustable arms. It's on a panhard rod from America. It's on that manifold from New Zealand. The gear shifters from New Zealand. There's stuff from Japan on it. It's just been. But then again, I've had it that long, and I've taken that long to get it to where it is. But I didn't rush it. We bought an house. We had kids. This took a back burner.
This sits on the back burner.
Yeah. It's the first thing that gets put away.
I know. It's always. It looks great. It sounds awesome. I don't know if we're going to be able to find any footage of sweeps. We'll probably find some footage of you.
Have a look on the BDC Facebook page.
Well, yeah, we'll have a look.
Maybe on there.
We'll have a look on the BDC Facebook page. I've never.
But it's
from the outside, I always thought, oh, Sweeps has got an 86.
But it's
barely.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's Driftworks front coilovers. It's on Evo coilovers on the rear from DMAC in Ireland. It's just a massive mix of all the right parts. But
Yeah.
I wanted to keep it period as well. It's like,
Where's your 2J? That's the thing.
I don't want a 2J. It's like my oil pressure gauge and my water temperature gauge is capillary. It's old school, original.
Oh, nice. So you're telling me that there's actually oil that runs into the dashboard?
Yep.
That sounds.
Albeit
wild.
Well, it was alright for
and
Paddy Hopkins.
probably
60s
quite
and stuff.
dangerous. Yeah, he's having a smoke in a durry
Yeah.
and oil squirting out the dashboard. Hot oil. Sounds ideal, that Sweeps.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Cool. Yeah. Like I said, I'm really glad we got to have a look at this because I don't think I've ever opened the bonnet on this thing and had a look at it.
You're too busy.
Looking at it going, no, it's yellow. That's sick.
No,
right?
you're too busy changing drive shafts.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Or diffs.
Yeah. Any drift day. If any drift day we've been together on it, I'm usually under the, or
Under your
Dan's
car.
under the, or one of us is under the car,
Yeah.
changing a drive shaft. Okay. Well, thank you very much for talking us around your car. Please keep it forever. Never sell it. Don't reshell it again. And kick its head in. And if you do destroy it, I mean, that's the whole point.
I'll give you an idea about reshelling. There's another shell that's come up for grabs at the moment.
£100,000.
£9,000. I took a note off. Take a note off, and that's what I paid for the shell.
£9 grand.
£9
for
grand.
shell.
And it ain't pretty.
This
I'm not gonna lie.
This shit isn't viable anymore, is it? This isn't
There's one in Ireland at the
sustainable. This isn't a sustainable sport.
moment. There is one in Ireland for sale at the moment. It's been cut off here, so it's tubed. There's Ron. He's had a tunnel put in for probably a 2J, and he wants over £3,000 just for that. And it's just like,
Christ. Great.
it's good for cuts.
Great. I'm going to blame you specifically for driving the prices up of drifting in the UK because you have been running in the past the BDC, and of course that was encouraging people. Look at your face. You're like, are you actually blaming me for
Actually
this?
said that.
Bye.